Welcome to another episode of Mystery Native Science Theater 2039, or is that what it was called?
Yeah, Indigenous Science Theater 2039.
There you go. That's got a big
Indigenous
title. That name,
Science
whatever the title
Mystery
is.
Theater. Yeah.
It's kind of an admedium or whatever that word is to the what we had put on a presentation earlier about how these equations from the Maya predict solar events, and then we actually said that where things were going to be happening on January 3rd, which already occurred because it was the beginning of a solar storm. But then we made a second prediction that I don't even think NASA or anybody else even is aware of. We even stated on our presentation, you could go back and check on it a week ago, where we mentioned that there's going to be some kind of solar activity that's going to be going on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Okay, so a week ago would have been February 2nd.
And we publicly stated on our YouTube channel, and it was from our equations that we got from the Maya Caton prophecies combined with mine figuring out the numbers in my head.
We might have done that prediction in January too. I can't remember. It was somewhere.
No, I think it was near January 3rd because I think January 3rd was when that solar storm did occur, and we actually predicted that 3rd to happen. But this 14th event, what we're going to be watching here is a short little clip from Stephen Burfon, or I can't remember his last name, but he's a leading geophysicist and all of that about knowing about all the things that are going on in outer space. And he's kind of helping me in a sense because he's vindicating my ancient research with his modern research into what's going on in space and with the sun and the earth as we speak. So in a sense, he's vindicated and verifying a lot of my findings. I mean, they're already saying that there's no way that he can plot or predict, solar storms. And I predicted a solar storm from 1859 all the way up to 2039. It's not even here yet. I mean, come on. I mean, you can't predict solar storms. We can. The only reason we can is because our system of numbering is not based on the dirty dozen, 12. We're based on 13. Lucky 13 for that matter. And that changes everything because it changes the whole law of physics. It changes the whole law of everything. Even hadrians aren't what you think they are because it changes the numbers of them. And it's those numbers that are changed to 13 is what the ancients used to create all of those megalithic structures. It's how they used to melt those stones to the way they wanted them formed.
Well, it's also how
they picked up those stones and moved them.
I was going to say, it's also how the infinity calendar works. The 260-day calendar, which the year count can be pulled out from that, and it correlates to the Mayan Caton count.
And my main reasoning for doing this is because this is the last 12 years of this cycle that's going through. Next year is the last of the 11-year solar cycle, 26. There's that sacred number, 13 times 2. And I want people to be aware of, and I want them to be prepared for what is coming. Because your modern scientists, your NASA programs, all your computers, all your AIs cannot do what we are doing, predicting these solar storms for you. If you were smart, you would take us serious and start getting ready, because we can give you an advance notice when these are going to hit. In other words, when they're going to hit, you could turn off the energy grid system. Your transformers don't blow up. You could turn off your satellites up there so they don't get blown out of space. I mean, little things that keep your modern silly world going. Not my world, but your silly world. And if you ever notice what I'm doing, everything I'm doing is not even based on electricity, the energy grid. It's not based on a computer program. It's not based on anything. Even my indigenous compass is not even based on a magnetic needle like the other 3 races, because I'm smart enough to know that it's going to be affected in the future. So I'm getting all of these things that are prepared for where I can still work things without an energy grid, without electricity, without a computer, and without any of that. All you have is between your two ears,
The organic
your,
computer.
organic computer, your pencil, your ruler, and your paper. Why? It can't be affected by any solar storm that's coming down, and our ancient ancestors knew this. But their system was set up differently. They didn't have an energy grid to really seriously worry about. They were limited on that. Their main concern was it would bring century-year-long droughts. No water, you die. No water, you can't grow crops, you can't eat, you die. I can see why. And that's why they were concerned about this. They were so concerned about these solar storms that they encoded it within their Ketan counts so that the future could be prepared for these events. If they would ever take us seriously, because there's some eggheads out there that think this modern science is everything and all of that. And it's not everything and all of that. I mean, you're using 12, which means you don't even have pi right. You have to have the golden mean ratio at 1.625 and pi at 3.25 in order for this super physics to work.
And that is based on the sacred number
13 times 2, which makes 26, divided by 16, the number, the Zia symbol of New Mexico, which makes 1.625, and 1.625 times 2 makes 3.25. The real number for pi. How do I know that? Pi is used to divide a circle. 3.25 times 9 is 29.25 north. What is the Earth? It's a globe. It's a circle.
What's really weird?
North? Wait! 29 point north. What is that? It's the latitude for Memphis. Don't interrupt me while I'm talking.
Sorry.
You blow up my train of thought.
Sorry.
Because I'm in the middle of something, then boo! And then I'm off and barrel racing somewhere else that I don't want to go. Okay, what were you going to say?
Well, I was just thinking about the sun's patterns of the Carrington event type, those kind of events that happen on a 45, 90, and 180 year cycle.
Well, the ones we're looking at, they happen 180-year cycles, and they're the ones that affects the major civilizations that are, ruling, ruining, or what we might want to call the world. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't be prejudiced. It's whoever's in power at the time. If they don't get their act together, they lose that power. We've seen it enough times. We know better than that.
Well, there's a 260-year cycle, too.
They're abandoned because there was a super drought and everybody had to leave. That's why everybody had to leave Chaco. That's why everybody had to leave Tikal. That's why everybody had to leave Teotihuacan. That's why everybody had to leave Chichen Itza until there was no more water. And that's why there's so many abandoned ruins everywhere. But what does modern man have? Oh, throw on Stephen. Let's see what the modern eggheads have to say about February 14th. Because today is the 9th.
Relates to.
All right. So this is I can't believe this is happening. So